Hi guys, welcome to Praxie Best Practices and Stakeholder Analysis at the group level. We differentiate stakeholder analysis at the individual level versus the group level because it's important to understand when you're leading a large-scale change initiative or even kind of a change initiative in a medium-sized or even smaller company that there are different groups involved that could have different subcultures and different challenges as well as opportunities to engage them. So that's why we want to do a stakeholder analysis at the group level. So when you do that, the essential steps are really to identify the different groups that are part of the change. And you can classify them. So different types of groups, it's important to understand, are they a team? Are they in a department or a business unit or some other type of group? So maybe you'll have classifications of different types of groups. The next thing you want to do is look at the managerial level of the people in that group. And sometimes you'll have a variation of different levels. Sometimes you'll have, a group that might be mostly managers or mostly executives or mostly, frontline employees. It's important to understand that because they may require different types of support or interventions around communication or training. So understanding the managerial level within those groups is important. But probably the most important, once you have that understanding, is to really classify and score those, essentially scoring and quantitatively, if possible, score those groups on their influence level around the overall change. And, some groups might have very low influence on the overall change and the success of the project. Some might have a lot, like an executive group, for example. So it's important to classify or score these stakeholder groups based on influence, and then also the expected impact on those groups. So some groups might have very little impact because they're just kind of peripheral to the change. Others might have direct impact and their whole work process has to change. So understanding the expected level of impact is really important because the interventions should change based on the expected impact. And then the final area of focus that you can score essentially is the anticipated resistance of the group to the change. So when you look at all of that together, especially influence level, expected impact, and anticipated resistance, you get a sense of where and how you might need to intervene, and you can build your change program around that. So that's really what the stakeholder analysis at the group level is all about. For more best practice templates and applications, visit Praxie.com.